Thanks, Kevin. Generations of Bulldogs and Bulldog fans have come to cheer on their Butler teams here at Hinkle, and tonight the beloved mascot Trip prepares for retirement, and his successor is introduced. The 12-week-old pup making his debut. The next dog up as Butler hosts Marquette here tonight, and it is great to have you with us along with Nick Baugh. I am Vince Welch. And hey, Nick, the next dog up has real meaning here tonight because Butler has a couple of key defenders injured, and they're taking on a Marquette team that features the leading scorer in the country in Marcus Howard. How does that impact the game?
A ton. Aaron Thompson is, in my opinion, the best on-ball defender in the conference. So there's going to be a ton on the plate for Kamar Baldwin. He's got to run the point, he's got to defend Howard in spurts, and he's got to score, and he's got to do it all without fouling. Dealing with Howard is always a tall task. It's really tough tonight considering that Butler is shorthanded.
The starting lineup sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee, and there's a look at Kamar Baldwin. He's Butler's leading scorer, but he has to play both ends of the floor in front of the dog pound here tonight. He's got to do it offensively, and he's going to have much of the responsibility of checking Marcus Howard on the defensive end.
4 games later.
Meeting for the 42nd time, Butler and Marquette. Marquette swept them both last year, winning here at Hinkle Fieldhouse by 18.
Defending Howard is not only hard, Vince, it's hard because you're chasing him off screens. He's always moving without the ball, so it'll be interesting to see how much Baldwin stays on Howard.
McEwen, the shot clock winding down. Good defensive possession for Butler as they force a tough shot, but Marquette gets it for a second chance. Butler, one of the best rebounding teams in the Big East, but you can't give Marquette second chance opportunities.
Not at all.
And again, the shot clock winding down at under 5. Howard lets it fly. Got it. That's why he's the leading scorer in the country.
It was funny, we were talking to LaVall Jordan before the game, and whenever you're taking on a guy like Howard, there's always that predicament of, do you let him get his and worry about all the other guys? And LaVall said, well, letting him get his could mean 50. So you don't want to let Howard go off.
Tucker trying to answer, missing, and McEwen rebounds.
I think tempo is going to be really important. Butler wants a grinder, lower scoring game. Marquette wants to really push the pace.
Run out of bounds.
Butler basketball.
Marcus Howard has gone for 50 or more 3 times in his career.
I mean, what are you supposed to do with that? I mean, good offense beats good defense any day of the week. That's a step back contested 26-footer against an elite on-ball defender, Kamar Baldwin.
Ask Greg McDermott and the Creighton Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Howard put 53 on them earlier this season.
You could also ask Ed Cooley, put 51 on him last year, too.
McDermott driving, lots of contact, no whistle. LaVall Jordan can't believe it.
Neither can I. A lot of contact. And McDermott needs to get going for Butler.
Annam on the dribble drive, and it's 5-0 Marquette.
Did you see why there was all that space? It's because Marcus Howard's on that side of the floor. So you're not helping off of Howard. So that's where you talk about Howard making his teammates better. He just attracts so much attention that there's a lot of real estate to operate for these other Golden Eagles.
Golden guarded by Theo John, and a whistle and a foul. Nope. On the baseline, out of bounds, turnover. This drive didn't work by McDermott.
And it's tough. Theo John was straight up, but look at all that space for Sakar Annam to drive. It's where you can just stick Marcus Howard in the corner. Even when he doesn't have the ball, he's impacting the play.
One drive didn't work, one drive did. Annam for 3, off the mark. Offensive rebound, Marquette. Annam again, and it's 7-0 Golden Eagles.
There's something that Steve Wojciechowski told us at shoot-around. One of the things he's liked the most in this 3-game winning streak is the offensive rebounding.
Kamar Baldwin gets Butler on the board.
Well, listen, Baldwin has to be a superstar tonight. He's got to literally stuff the stat sheet, do everything, chase Marcus Howard, score.
Howard off the screen, and he's 2 for 2 3-pointers.
Well, there's got to be some help on that baseline double screen for Marcus Howard. It's a code red whenever Howard is potentially going to get a shot off.
Bryce Golden answers for Butler. Triple.
That's big. Golden's a guy, his 10th made 3 on the year. He's capable, and those are the kinds of shots that LaVall Jordan's liking him to take.
Howard, well defended that time. Played 4 minutes. Sold-out crowd here at Hinkle Fieldhouse trying to energize their Butler Bulldogs as Golden misses that shot and the rebound to Marquette, and the Golden Eagles looking to push. Bailey off the mark, and Tucker pulls it away.
Those are some good clean looks from 3, though, and Marquette 7th in the country in 3-point percentage.
Tucker forced it in, couldn't get the whistle.
Theo John is really good around the rim protecting.
Anima again open, misses again. But another second chance opportunity, the 3rd offensive rebound for Marquette here in the early going, and it's turned into 7 Marquette points.
Well, there's no doubt Marquette has come in and delivered the first punch and has set the tone. It's always important on the road to bring your own energy. And the offensive rebounding looming large here for the Golden Eagles.
Tucker, 3-pointer. Got it. He's really come alive offensively over the course of the last month, and Butler's going to need him in a big way tonight.
3 of the 4 last games in double figures. This is a former top 40 recruit, really talented scorer, and Butler really needs him to score tonight.
Howard again lets it fly, misses this one, and it's another offensive rebound for Marquette, and then an offensive foul. Marcus Howard with a couple of 3-pointers, and in Big East play, he has hit more 3s than any other player in Big East history. Big East College Hoops is sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Good shot inside the Indianapolis Art Museum, and it's a work of art watching Marcus Howard do his thing here for Marquette. He's already got a couple of 3-pointers. How about this statistic as we look at our Jeep stat comparison? 28 points per game. Highest scoring average in the Power Conference since 2000. Look at the names on this list.
Yeah, if you are the company you keep, that's some pretty good company. Durant, J.J. Redick, McDermott, Trae Young, Beasley. And I don't think there's any question. We've all become just numb to Marcus Howard's excellence. I mean, this guy has had 30 points or more in 4 of the last 5 games. And he is one of the best scorers you'll ever see in college basketball.
And you saw that item on screen a moment ago that he has 202 3-pointers in Big East play alone. #1 all-time in that category.
I mean, dealing with he's the #1 focus on everybody's defensive scatter report. He still gets his. Tough to do.
Derek Smith's into the game and draws a foul. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot a couple. Marquette head coach Steve Wojciechowski in his 6th season at the helm of the Golden Eagles. Taking them to the NCAA tournament a couple of times. Last season, a #5 seed in the NCAA. And it's good to visit with Wojo today. He really likes this team, his team, and the way it's playing.
No question, on a little bit of a roll here, winning 3 in a row. And Steve Wojciechowski and his staff done a good job in developing shot makers around Marcus Howard. Again, 7th in the country in 3-point percentage, which makes it that much harder to guard Howard because you can't just help off everyone else because you got capable shooters all around the floor.
Baldwin guarding Howard. McEwen with Tucker checking him.
Tucker's got to stay attached to Howard.
Forced the turnover. 3rd turnover for Marquette. And Tucker goes the other end. Tie game.
Again, he's the X factor for Butler, not only just tonight, but moving forward. His ability to score for a team that is really not that explosive offensively.
Kane nets the three-pointer. Jamal Kane, the junior from Pontiac, Michigan.
And that's Howard, though, attracting multiple defenders. And when you can pass out of that double team, you can really have open looks. And these are the moments where usually this is Aaron Thompson running the show, but he is out today with the sprained wrist, so Baldwin has to do the point guard duties, score, do it all.
Bryce Enzi, first bucket.
Yeah, that's a mismatch with Enzi. Just buried the Golden Eagle under the hoop there.
Aaron Thompson took a hard fall in the Villanova game on Tuesday, landed awkwardly on the wrist. They thought that maybe he had broken it as McEwen gets to the basket for his first hoop. They thought maybe that Aaron Thompson had broken the wrist, but after an x-ray and then an MRI, came back and discovered that it was just a bad sprain. They think actually that he'll be able to come back on Tuesday against Georgetown.
And it's a huge blow for tonight. Aaron Thompson, best on-ball defender in my opinion in the Big East Conference, leads this team in assists. He's got the ball in his hands a lot.
Smith's well short, saved by Tucker, but Kane comes away with it. And of all games to miss, the one against Marquette and Marcus Howard.
Really needed Aaron Thompson to chase this cat around.
We talked to Thompson before the game, and was really looking forward to the challenge of guarding Marcus Howard, and it's another offensive rebound for Marquette.
Number 5 in the offensive rebound department for the Golden Eagles already. Now, that can't happen. If you're Butler, you got to do a much better job tracking down these loose ball rebounds.
And a foul away from the basketball, and that's going against Jace Johnson. .11:29 to play here in the first half. It has been tight. Marquette by 3 early. Hey, don't miss it on Sunday. FS1 proud to present a Big East all-access doubleheader. Xavier and head coach Travis Steele facing Creighton and coach Greg McDermott, followed by the St. John's women taking on Seton Hall. All the coaches will be mic'd live, commercial-free. You'll go in and hear every huddle, hear all the play calls, the ultimate all-access experience. Don't miss it. Coverage starts at 4 o'clock Eastern exclusively on FS1. That's coming up Sunday afternoon. Speaking of going in the huddle, let's do that with LaVall Jordan and Butler.
As the battalion commander, Lawrence trains cadets and prepares them to become future officers in the U.S. Army.
When you're
She's
standing
also
out
worked
here,
as a certified nursing assistant. Lauren has shown tremendous leadership and service to the Butler community.
right?
And has
Look over. Don't stand and look at the guy with the ball. Right? He's trying to pass it to him on screens. So shade that way, shade that way. I need you to scream out which way he's going so they can get over. Right?
What LaVall Jordan's talking about is when Marcus Howard is running off those double screens along the baseline, it's not just on the guy that's chasing Howard. It's got to be all the other Bulldogs communicating, loading up help accordingly, because it takes all 5 guys to slow down a guy like Howard.
Defense by committee.
No doubt.
When you're healthy, much less when you're missing 2 of your top defenders, as Butler is, without Aaron Thompson and Christian David. Christian David suffered a torn ACL in that loss Tuesday at Villanova. We mentioned Aaron Thompson, who fell at Villanova and injured his wrist, and an offensive foul now going against Bryce Enzi.
And the Christian David injury, you look at his numbers, 2 points per game, 1 rebound per game, and that doesn't tell the story. This is a glue guy, does all the little things. LaVall Jordan said they chart blockouts, and he tests out better than anybody else in boxing out. Just a team-first guy that's a big blow for Butler.
Yeah, you don't notice it statistically as Marquette commits its 5th turnover. But when you really break down the film, Butler will miss Christian David.
Absolutely.
And a whistle and a foul underneath going against Marcus Howard. You know, we're talking about the rebounding situation. Butler plus 5.9 this season, and that's tops in the Big East. But tonight, they've been out-rebounded by 8 already, and that's turned into second chance points for Marquette.
Yeah, 7 of them. And that's really the difference in this game right now, is these extra opportunities that Marquette has been able to track down. And a lot of them have been those rebounds around 15 feet away from the hoop. It's not like guys are just beasting dudes down low and blocking out. You know, a lot of it is Butler needing to just corral the loose change. You know, when you're taking on a team like Marquette, they like to take a lot of threes. So long shots mean long rebounds. You got to be ready to get those rebounds around the free throw line and elbow area.
You know, speaking of the free throw line, it's one of the areas Butler has struggled to get to, especially during this 3-game losing streak. In the 3-game losing streak, Butler is minus 32 points. I mean, they've been outscored by 32 points at the free throw line during this 3-game losing streak.
And again, you know, Butler's a fantastic team, but they're not an explosive scoring team. They rank 10th in the Big East in scoring offense, 259th nationally. So they can't get outscored that badly at the free throw line because they just don't make it up by lighting the scoreboard up.
Marcus Howard has gone to the bench to catch a breather. We'll see who provides the offense for Marquette. Theo John tried, but McDermott rebounded, and here's Caleb Battle, the freshman, into the game for the first time, and Kamar Baldwin misses the 3. Marquette by 1. He played halfway through the first 20 minutes here at the sold-out Hinkle Fieldhouse. Butler trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Marquette trying to build on one. And a foul against Derek Smits. Butler started off the season terrifically. They marched right up the rankings into a high as a number 5 spot, but find themselves now with a 3-game losing streak and 3-3 in the conference. Marquette started off 1-3. They've now won 3 in a row. I mean, it's in the Big East. You never know.
Well, listen, in a conference like this, you're probably going to have a losing streak, and it's how you kind of deal with that that's really going to tell the tale of your season. That's why you can't ride the wave of emotion, good or bad, for too long. I know it's cliche, but you have to move on to the next game and get locked in every night in this conference.
McDermott, 1 of 11 against Villanova Tuesday. Very uncharacteristic. 0 for 7 from 3-point range, but not tonight.
Big shot. McDermott and Tucker are the guys that have to score for Butler to take pressure off of Kamar Baldwin. And Samir Torrance, a freshman, with a big mental mistake. You do not want to step off Sean McDermott on penetration.
McEwen drives it. Good defense, but an offensive rebound. And now Howard lets 3 fly. What a confidence builder it had to be for Sean McDermott after going 0 for 7 from 3-point range Tuesday night to knock down that triple. And now the back cut and the reverse. It's a 7-0 run for the Butler Bulldogs.
Well, how about Sean McDermott getting the Hinkle faithful on their feet here in Indy?
A lot of bark in the dog pound tonight here at Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, where Butler has gone on a 7-0 run.
Sean McDermott, this is what he does best, is knock down threes, and he shoots it at a really high clip here in Hinkle Fieldhouse, and this is an area he's really improved. He is a great off-the-ball cutter. He doesn't just camp out on the 3-point line. He can cut and finish.
McDermott shoots 47% beyond the arc here at home at Hinkle.
The crowd really reacts to McDermott here.
Marquette just needs a good possession as a whistle and a foul against Caleb Battle. In the last 7 possessions for Marquette, 5 missed shots and 2 turnovers, so it's important for something positive to come out of this handle for Marquette.
And look at Theo John. That's by design. John's not really posting up. What he's trying to do is seal his man up the floor so Annam can rip and go to his right hand and have space on the baseline to go finish. That's good X's and O's from Steve Wojciechowski out of a timeout.
Sakar Annam, the senior, he's been important for Wojo. been one of those players that has been just absolutely spectacular at times alongside Marcus Howard.
Yeah, kind of the model of player development in Steve Wojciechowski's program. Just every year get a little bit better, a little bit better. One of the more underrated players in the conference. All things considered, if you're Butler, you got to feel pretty good about the job you've done on Marcus Howard so far. Pretty quiet night for his standards.
Cannon harassing battle. And now Tucker goes to work. Golden tries another three, misses this one, and McEwen pulls down the rebound.
Now it'll be Henry Badley's turn to chase Marcus Howard around. Stay attached to his body, communicate.
And Badley's an excellent defender, 6'4", really long arms. He's a tough guard. In and out, Golden rebounds the Anna miss.
Important minutes here with Kamar Baldwin on the bench. Spell him a minute or two.
Badley cuts through the middle, draws the contact and the foul. He's not known for his offense, more of a defensive player, but you've got to guard him. Butler leads Marquette. Looking forward to this doubleheader on Sunday. A couple of great conference showdowns. First in Big Ten play, number 11 Michigan State taking on the Golden Gophers of Minnesota. Then in the Pac-12, UCLA battles 12th ranked Oregon. All starts at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Well, Vince, you look at this. Butler's the best cutting team in the Big East, and it's cutting to put the defense in a predicament. See how Badley's cutting? McDermott's the one that's rising up the floor. So you're caught in a tough situation where you want to protect the paint, but you got a knockdown shooter rising up the floor, and Badley's able to catch and draw a foul. So it's not just about cutting hard. It's about cutting with a purpose to put the defense in a predicament.
LaVall Jordan told us without their two key defenders, Aaron Thompson and Christian David, it's next man up. They take that seriously. Don't flinch is their motto. And they've had several different players that have stepped up and made big plays here in the first half.
Absolutely. And this guy included Henry Badley. Missed Butler's last game at Villanova with an illness, was sick. But it is all hands on deck kind of an evening for Butler. And through the first 12 minutes and change, doing a pretty good job. And Marcus Howard only 6 points, 2 of 6 from the floor. But you have to always stay locked in on him.
Vince Welch and Nick Baugh with you at Hinkle Fieldhouse here in Indianapolis. Butler and Marquette sold out, and it is a key game in the Big East. They're all big, but especially tonight, trying to snap a losing streak and build on a winning streak.
That's collapsing on penetration, but the whole reason Adams able to get to that spot is because Marcus Howard kind of set the ball screen and vacated. I just don't think people understand how much he creates opportunities for all these other guys on the floor with screening, with how much attention he attracts when he cuts, when he's spotting up. You can't just look at assist numbers and use that as the total barometer for how much a guy is making his teammates better. Howard just stepping on the floor, his sheer presence impacts everyone.
Annam hits 1 of 2 for the second time. And Sakar Annam is one of those players that has benefited from Howard.
And I think Marquette needs to do this a little bit. Full court press. Aaron Thompson, starting point guard, out. Really try to wear into Butler and force these guys to handle a rock.
Baldwin pressured by Annam, and now Tucker off the screen. Rebound pulled down by Brendan Bailey.
Got to get out to him.
Annam in transition. Good defense from Golden, but a great finish from Sakar Annam.
It's a tough finish through the contact from Annam.
Annam had 21 in the win over St. John's on Tuesday. As Golden and Theo John battle for the rebound, it'll be Marquette basketball.
Well, this is a perfect lead pass. I mean, hits Annam right in stride so he can not have to worry about anything else other than seeking out the defender. getting into his body. Watch, he gets into his chest to create the space to go off the window. Good transition.
Howard shakes free, a little 14-footer.
Jordan Tucker, if you're going to run a double at Marcus Howard, you can't let him dribble out of the double team because now you're in big trouble. I like the school of thought, but not executed well.
Howard's got 8. Inside pass to Enzi, draws the contact, and one.
Just so smart, Vince. What is Theo John known for? Blocking shots. So you use that against him with a little shot fake. Gets John up, gets to the contact. Beautiful.
And Bryce Enzi will step to the free throw line. Enzi's been, I think, a pleasant surprise to a lot of folks that follow Butler basketball. Weren't quite sure what they were going to get from the transfer from Milwaukee, and he has been an impact player.
Big, physical kid, strong, can rebound. He's efficient, shoots 62% from the floor. Solid passer. And he was coached by LaVall Jordan at Wisconsin-Milwaukee, so he understands what Coach Jordan wants and values.
And now Enzi guards Bailey. And Bailey's called for the travel. 6th turnover for the Golden Eagles.
It's a good job, though, by Kamar Baldwin denying Howard the ball, kind of forcing Bailey to have to make something happen.
Caleb Battle, the freshman, has it taken away, and here comes Jamal Cain. Now Annam recovers, and Howard steps back and shoots the 3. It's short. Approaching the 5-minute mark here in the first half. Baldwin has the shot blocked by Theo John.
Oh, is that good timing off the ball from John?
Howard draws the contact. Caleb Battle will be called for the foul, and Marcus Howard will go to the free throw line and shoot a couple, where he is about automatic.
This is what I think Howard needs to do more. Open floor transition, go attack. Don't let the defense get set in the half court, because that's when you deal with double teams, you deal with getting face guarded. When Howard's got the ball, he's got to put his foot on the gas in the open floor to go make some things happen offensively.
He's an 86% free throw shooter. The numbers for Marcus Howard just absolutely so impressive. I mean, and you made the comment earlier today when we were talking, it's hard to score in big-time college basketball. And when you're putting 15 points, 20 points, 30, 40, 50 on the board, it's just amazing how talented and what a scorer you have to be to put those kind of numbers up.
Absolutely.
You played the game. You know.
I mean, getting 20 points in a college game is really hard. You know, getting 30 is crazy. Getting 40 or 50 is just out of this world.
Bryce Golden draws the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line and shoot a couple. Your career high was
17. Not quite.
But at one point you did get 50 when you added them all together.
Add all my career highs together, I got about 53. It's just, I hope people appreciate. You know, we live in a world where we want to kind of hate. You know, and I hope people appreciate what they're seeing with Marcus Howard. I mean, this guy is must-see TV. He is one of the better college scorers you're ever going to watch.
He's had 30 or more 9 times this season.
It's just it's unbelievable.
He's got 8. 10 here in the first half as Bailey knocks down the triple. Big three-pointer by Thurl Bailey's kid, Brendan.
Much improved. I think of all the Golden Eagles, he's the one that's taken the biggest jump this season. Helps when you're playing with a guy like Marcus Howard who can attract 2 defenders.
Under 4.5 to play here in the first half. Kamar Baldwin, he is working hard tonight, not only on the defensive end, but he's really got to run the show offensively with Aaron Thompson, the point guard, being out of the game because of injury. And the shot clock expires.
Where does Butler miss Aaron Thompson? Just look at that possession. They were a little disjointed, a little disorganized. It took them a long time to just get into their offensive set. By the time they got the ball where they wanted to get it to, Bryce Inzie in the post, there's only 4 seconds on the shot clock. Again, when you don't have your point guard, that's your quarterback.
Keep an eye on Theo John for Marquette. Came up a little lame after that last sequence under the basket, and he's still hobbling around. Reached down and grabbed for his right knee as Howard uses the offhand. He's got a dozen.
It's the exact same play that Marquette just ran. You got the pick and pop to Brendan Bailey. This time Butler switches it, and Howard takes advantage.
Not just a shooter, he's a scorer. And there's a difference. The all-time leading scorer at Marquette. Golden trying to get position, and it's an offensive foul against Bryce Golden. Marquette up by 4, and it's not just Marcus Howard getting it done for the Golden Eagles.
Coming up on the Jeep Grand Cherokee Halftime Report, Purdue picks up a big home win over Wisconsin, helps their NCAA tournament hopes. Plus, Yale looks to go 2-0 in Ivy League play, and some Friday night action between Kent State and Buffalo. See what I did there? Vince and Nick, back to you. It was bad, I know.
Well done, Kevin. Well done. Of course, we had the Wisconsin and Indiana game because it was Wisconsin and Purdue, and now we got a different kind of Wisconsin and Indiana game with Marquette and Butler, and it's been a pretty good one so far.
Yeah, it really has. And Butler shorthanded. Aaron Thompson not playing tonight, starting point guard with a sprained wrist. And then you got Christian David, solid glue guy, out for the season with torn ACL. So Butler, losers of 3 in a row and a little shorthanded, and that's always tough when you're dealing with that cat right there, who, it's just amazing. You feel like, oh, you know, Howard's having just an okay game. He's got 12 points, 3 assists. He's created a lot of opportunities for his teammates.
Those are solid game numbers for a lot of players. 12 points and 3 assists.
Yeah.
He's not even done here in the first half. 3.5 minutes to play in this first half. It's a key stretch to the locker room, isn't it?
Yeah, you and I were just talking. It's really important. Marquette had a really good flurry to end their first half against St. John's and kind of blew the game open. Butler's hung in there and finished this half strong. Oh, boy.
Inzie rebounds.
Don't want to leave him. Guys leaving Marcus Howard.
Marquette has scored 7 of the last 8 points. Let's see if Butler can find an answer here in the last 3 minutes. Bagley, the little floater, blocked by Theo John, but that's goaltending.
Man, that guy, Theo John, he's trying to block everything. 2 blocks a game. Almost had it. Take another look at it. Yeah, he's definitely on the way down.
And Henry Bagley, not a player known for his offense, so any way he can get offensive production, that's a plus for Butler. Howard off the screen, missed it, and Smith's rebounds.
You got to have better communication on where the hedge man's going to be. Dodging a bullet there. Giving Howard that kind of a look.
Baldwin working on Kane. Into the paint, little fadeaway. Loves that shot, but can't get the roll. Under 2.5 now. Howard fouled by Baldwin. Laval Jordan gave a stare.
Yeah, there is a guy that can poke it from guys and rip them. It's a guy like Kamar Baldwin. Again, you got to see him in person to see how long his arms are.
And Marcus Howard will go to the free throw line.
That is something, though, that has been good to see, is Kamar Baldwin so important. Has not been in foul trouble this game.
Howard will not get the bonus. You got to worry about, sure Kamar Baldwin doesn't get in any sort of foul trouble, because it's going to be the Marcus Howard Big East Player of the Week award from now on.
There you go.
12 times he's been the Big East Player of the... I mean, how many times do you have to win it before they name it
They just
after
name it
you?
after you. I think when you get to about 5 or 6, you're under consideration. He's at 12. Got a mismatch with Inzie and Jamal Cain if you can find a way to get it into the post.
Smith, he's had that jump shot look, but he hasn't taken it yet, and gets the assist to Badley.
Once again, intelligent off-the-ball cutting paying dividends for Butler. Badley not a good three-point shooter, so instead of camping out in the corner, he makes himself useful with a hard basket cut and flush.
And Butler gets a lot of offense on the baseline, and they've done so again tonight as Marcus Howard answers with his 17th point of the first half.
Wojo, I think, is smelling something that works, just that pick and pop with putting Inzi in a ball screen, and all of a sudden, Butler's ball screen defense has gotten a little messy and disjointed.
McDermott open. McDermott answers the Howard triple with one of his own. And another one. Brendan Bailey this time.
Well, what pretty basketball, both ways. Willing passers, good shooters.
The officials not sure what they're discussing here, but watch this sweet stroke from Sean McDermott.
Beautiful little pick and pop. That's one Howard has to fully rotate and force McDermott to get the ball out of his hands. It's tough. And that's where size matters. Sean McDermott at 6'7" can shoot over the top of 5'11" Marcus Howard even on a late closeout.
And just the way Butler's defense doesn't ever want to lose Marcus Howard, Wojciechowski's telling us today they don't want to lose Sean McDermott ever, and they've done that a few times defensively here as Smits gets his first bucket. The nice putback and a turnover.
You got a potential 2-for-1 opportunity here if you want it. If your Butler is good hard penetration, attracts Theo John wanting to block shots, so Smith's able to clean it up, and then just sloppy ball handling for Marcus Howard.
Less than a minute to play in the first half. Marquette and Butler tight. Got to tell you, when we found out Aaron Thompson, Butler's top defender, wasn't going to play tonight against Marcus Howard, the nation's leading scorer, wasn't sure how Butler was going to fare, but the Bulldogs have hung tough through the first half.
They're just a group that's a bunch of fighters, and they have really banded together and fought. As you look at what has happened, though, in this three-game losing streak, I mean, Butler's identity is on the defensive end of the floor, and you look at those numbers, and they tell the story.
In the first 16 games of the season, Butler didn't allow 70 points a single time. In the last 3 games, all 3 losses, they've given 70-plus up in each of those losses.
And again, Butler's not an overly explosive offensive team. 259th in the country in scoring offense. So their margin for error is a little smaller than you would think. So they have to be lights out, rock solid on the defensive end of the floor. Like a little zone here from Marquette. Good move from Steve Wojciechowski. Probably had a man-to-man call coming out of timeout.
Baldwin loses the handle on it. Shot clock is off. It's right about this, maybe a tick difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Imagine Theo John or Brendan Bailey will come with the ball screen. So you have to handle this with precision if you're Butler, because if you make any mistake, Howard's going to make you pay.
Howard looking for an opening, the little leaner, and no. And a blocking foul called down on the baseline as Howard took it to the bucket and drew the contact.
They're saying, was he in the restricted area? Take a look at it at white semicircle. Henry Badley's feet might have been inside it.
The
officials are going to go to the monitor and take a look.
Because you can review that if the reason you're calling it is because you thought the defender was in the restricted area, you can go take a look at that.
And maybe looking at the clock as well to see how much time might be, if any, left on the clock as Jeff Anderson and Mike Eads reviewing the video. And Tony Henderson, the third official, working this one tonight.
But once again, Jordan Tucker had an opportunity to triple team Marcus Howard, and Tucker just let Howard kind of dribble around him. That's where you got to shut him off on the sideline. Again, you have to be on point when you're dealing with a guy like Howard.
He's so slippery because he's got an opportunity to get that three-point shot up if he just has a little bit of space. So you've got to protect the perimeter, but then he's able to get to the basket off the dribble so quickly. So it's really a difficult guard when you've got to check Marcus Howard. And the explanation to you was what?
Yeah, it goes to .3. So checking the clock. And obviously it was in the restricted area.
Marcus Howard with 18 here in the first half.
That would be a broken record, man. Better start appreciating this guy.
An exciting first half. Marcus Howard with 18 points leading the way for the Marquette Golden Eagles. Marquette on top of Butler at halftime at Hinkle.
Well, we welcome you to the Jeep Grand Cherokee halftime report, where from Hinkle Fieldhouse it is Marquette up by 4, and this is not surprising. Marcus Howard can score. 18 points, 4 assists, and so Marquette winners of 3 in a row, Butler losers of 3 in a row. It's trending in that same direction. Welcome. Donnie Marshall is here, Steve Lavin, the coach, is here, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. And the Jeep Grand Cherokee highlights from the first half. Donnie, you called on Sakar Annam. He has listened and delivered.
I'd love for him to get some more touches. That's just not how this team is built. He catches it on that curl. He can get to that right hand. He's so strong around the basket, plays bigger than he is. And then here knows how to run the floor. I wish there was a 1-2 punch with him and Marcus Howard. I mean, Marcus Howard has total control of that. There was a play at the end of the half there where he had 2 guys on him, Marcus Howard. He dribbled right past Sakar Annam in the corner wide open. He could have made the pass. 3-ball corner pocket. That's Annam's sweet spot. But, you know, when you got 18 points and you're up,
right,
you got it going. That's why you love having a teammate like Sakar Annam, because he doesn't worry about that. He knows he's going to get his at some point.
Annam also wearing the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter, was unable to be seen
I guess.
in the corner. Wow, that's, it's troublesome.
Yeah.
Well, there's clearly a green light for Howard, Emerald City level green light. Butler, a little bit of a different approach, a democratic approach. 7 different Bulldogs hit the scoring column. McDermott with a couple threes, also had a nice back cut movement without the ball for a finish. So everyone gets involved here. Jordan Tucker lines one up from long distance. Butler shooting 50% from the 3, 50% from the field. The only question now in the second half, Kamar Baldwin, only 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting. So maybe run some sets to take advantage of his skill set, get him involved early in the half, because when he gets it going at both ends of the floor, he's the difference maker for Butler, a potential player of the year candidate in the Big East.
I have to say, when you have a guy on the other side who is known for his scoring, and obviously he's showing that, Marcus Howard, if I'm Kamar Baldwin, I'm going at him. I'm making him work on the other end. That's how you wear a shooter down. You have to make him defend. If he doesn't defend, Kamar Baldwin has the wherewithal to get to the basket. I don't think he's pressing enough. I think Baldwin needs to post him up. He's much smaller. Use that speed, that herky-jerky length. You got to go at him.
Yeah,
I like it. I like everything you guys said. There's really nothing to complain about. Really, you just
You're welcome, Burko.
Oh, well done.
You bring it out in us. What? You bring it out in us.
I really try. Really try. We've got highlights coming back. That's what we do. Halftime highlights, analysis. This Sunday, after the Bolognese, FS1 is proud to present Big East All Access doubleheader. Good stuff. Xavier, head coach Travis Steele facing Creighton and Greg McDermott, followed by the St. John's women taking on Seton Hall. All the coaches mic live, commercial-free, the ultimate all-access experience. Starts at 4 o'clock Eastern exclusively on FS1. Highlights tonight, game 1 on FS1 earlier, Wisconsin, Purdue. Nice little pass it turned out to Trevion Williams, huh?
Circus shot.
Sometimes you get lucky. Boilermakers are up early. Hesitation, Donnie.
That's not luck, that's talent there.
Talent.
The block shot.
Nigel Eastern coming
Pay it off.
away. Rainbow.
You earned it. Bam.
Okay.
Is that a banana?
I think it's a banana chicken. Evan Boudreau got his first start of the year, and Lav, he was the spark.
He's my guy. Old school game, old school look, a grizzled veteran.
Or just old.
Maybe all of that. Matt Harms, great look, great hair, great bucket. Give it to him again.
Look at Harms. He's going to work. You can always count on his passion.
Hear the bangs.
It's really, the hair never even gets out of place. It's impressive. Kent State, Buffalo, Ronald Seguin, get another chance in the corner.
Say goo, say me.
Say it together. Here we go, down the other end. Danny Pippen, Kent State, get a win.
I like this. Slam on the brakes, reverse pivot, fan the ball back out to the perimeter.
You don't have to call
European
that.
style, Donnie.
Fantastic. Yellen Brown. Some call him Matthew Cotton. He likes the dunk.
Ran into the backstop there, too.
Little light on the brakes. Career high 20. Okay. Azar Swain.
I like the short nets on these rims. Kind of like the short shorts.
Yeah, it goes with the
Very
whole team.
Ivies. That's how they do it. Game
Okay,
two.
so check this out. At the end of the half, after we went to a break, Laval Jordan got a tee, so Marquette will start the half shooting free throws. Up 4.
Wow, feisty.
Big 10.
Big East College Hoops is sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Getting ready for second half action here at Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis between Butler and Marquette. Both Butler and Marquette are celebrating the legacy of the late Andrew Smith, who wore number 44 for the Bulldogs, played on the team that went to the national championship game those 2 seasons. And Andrew passed away in January of 2016. And Project 44 is a foundation that his wife, Samantha, has been a part of and a promoter of, encouraging us all to add our name to the bone marrow registry list. And it is making a difference, and it is saving lives. And not only, I think, is tremendous what Butler is doing and the Butler basketball program is doing, as you see Andrew and some of his accolades, not just on the court, but also an academic All-American, but also the Marquette team is wearing these Project 44 shirts. So not only are they worn by those representing Butler University and their teammate Andrew Smith, but also the Marquette players in a very classy move, wearing the shirts that represent Project 44 as well. So tip of the cap to those at Marquette and Butler for what they're doing in regards to supporting Project 44 and encouraging us to add our name to the bone marrow registry. So we showed you the academic All-American honors by Andrew Smith, and there are some academic accomplishments from that young man as well in Kamar Baldwin. But first, this is how the second half is going to begin, because as Laval Jordan was walking off the court at the end of the first half, he was assessed a technical for his displeasure for the way the first half was called. So Marcus Howard goes to the free throw line to begin the second half and shoots a couple of free throws. And Butler will get the basketball to begin the second half, but Butler also charged a foul.
Yes.
To begin the second half with.
So certainly eventful to end the first half. Laval Jordan's a guy that is very calm on the sidelines. I mean, he's usually very calculated with when he gets a technical. So he's one of those dudes that you feel like it was probably warranted in his eyes.
Terrific. Bryce Enzi. John is a shot blocker. He's a tremendous rim protector. Really gives Marquette presence in the paint.
Absolutely. Allows these Golden Eagles to be a little more aggressive on the perimeter because you got an eraser at the rim.
Bailey for 3. Terrific ball movement. Annam made the extra pass, and Bailey converted.
7 made threes now for Marquette. The three-point line is a strength for the Golden Eagles, and that strength is flexing its muscles, and Butler's got to do a better job guarding the shooters.
Now it's an 8-point advantage for Marquette as Bryce Golden couldn't capitalize. McEwen steps back just a little bit short. Early moments of the second half. Marquette led by 4 at the break and has scored the first 4 points here in the second half as Baldwin takes it in, missed it, got his own rebound, missed it again, but this time a foul is called before the shot.
Foul is called.
At least before the shot that went in, as you see that great ball movement from Marquette.
Yeah, you get a hard roll, which sucks in the defense from Theo John, and John is a willing passer. As it's starting to feel a little bit like Butler's on the ropes here, as they've been having to scrap and claw, being undermanned with Aaron Thompson starting point guard out for the evening with a sprained wrist.
As Baldwin hits the first, Academic Ambitions sponsored by SoFi. Get your money right, all in one app. You see Kamar Baldwin taking care of business not only on the court, but in the classroom as well.
But he's got to put his fingerprints on this game, scoring the ball a little bit more. Only 2 points in the first half. Butler's not going to win this game if Baldwin's that quiet scoring the rock.
In the corner for Annam. Hit again. Another triple for Marquette, and Annam's got 11.
Again, you're talking about 7th nationally in three-point percentages, Marquette. You got multiple guys that are knockdown shooters. Butler's got to have better discipline guarding the arc right now.
Jordan Tucker will fade away. Missed it, but high for the rebound is McDermott. And a second chance opportunity for Butler.
He's a guy that's capable of big halves. Had 20 points in the second half against Creighton here in this building. So even though he was quiet in the first half, he can get it rolling. So here, if you're Butler, I'd start making Marquette finish at the rim a little bit more. Don't step off the shooters. Yeah, that's much better.
Howard tries to save it, but it's too late. Out of bounds to Butler.
You see here is Enzi's too far in the paint. Too long of a recovery for him. But this is what needs to happen. Kamar Baldwin has to put his foot on the gas. And I know he had to wear a lot of hats, defender, point guard, distributor. He's got to be a scorer superstar in this second stanza.
There's a dozen NBA scouts here watching this game today, and one of the things they're looking at in Kamar Baldwin is, can he play the point? Can he be an effective point guard? And that's a dribbler, a defender, a passer, and a scorer in this version of the NBA that we have today.
No doubt. Point guard used to be just about distributing. You got to be able to do a little bit of everything now.
Howard, the fadeaway, short. And it's not just Kamar Baldwin the NBA scouts are here looking at.
I don't think so. I think they're looking at that guy, too. Marcus Howard.
Baldwin trying to back down McEwen. And McEwen's called for the foul. He can't believe it. His third.
I like that. Baldwin, this guy was capable of playing out of the post.
You know, we talked about Aaron Thompson and his wrist injury, and there's a good look at AT. And the outstanding point guard for Butler, and one of the top defensive guards in the Big East, in the country. I mean, it depends on how far you want to go there, but he's really good on the defensive end.
In my opinion, he's the best on-ball defender in the conference. And so, a huge blow for Marquette. There was a night where you needed your best on-ball defender. It's a night like this one with Marcus Howard on the other side.
Howard's got 19, and Marquette has a 7-point advantage, and Bailey's going to be called for the foul against McDermott. Getting a little chippy out there. You can tell this one means something.
Well, I think that the technical foul on LaVall Jordan got there's kind of some negative energy from the fans right now.
Now watch McDermott. The foul had already been called here, and then he got poked in the eye by Theo John. And that was well after the whistle, and you could see Theo John didn't mean to do it, but
sometimes
it doesn't make it feel any better.
No, but you know, for people watching home, intent has to matter. There wasn't any malicious intent there. We'll see if Sean McDermott, I bet he still's got 20/20 vision when he looks at an open three, though.
Baldwin guarded by Annam, takes it in. Great feed to Bryce Golden. +1.
See, that's what Baldwin's got to do, Vince. You got to be a playmaker. Look at him attract the multiple defenders and drop it down to Bryce Golden. It's a heck of a play from Kamar Baldwin.
Bryce Golden, the basket and 1 shot.
And Bailey collects his 3rd foul.
That's important. Bailey, knockdown three-point shooter, put him in those pick and pop situations with Marcus Howard. And now you bring it in Torrance, who's not as good of a three-point shooter as Bailey.
And a freshman. What is it they say about freshmen? The best thing about freshmen, they become sophomores. Fans on their feet at Hinkle Fieldhouse. Sellout crowd, and they are sensing the shift in momentum that their Bulldogs are gaining. Shot clock under 10 as Howard goes to work. Knocked away by Baldwin. Little shake and bake. The right-hander is rejected by Theo John. His 4th block, and at the other end, it's Howard converting. And now Howard has gone down. Foul wasn't called, but it's clear that Howard...
There's a little bit of contact on the way down. Hopefully Marcus Howard is okay. That's a big sequence there as this crowd is ready to get rolling.
We'll update Howard's situation when we come back. Early minutes of the second half here at Hinkle. It's been a tight game, but Marquette continues to hold off Butler here 48-42. Marquette is led by as many as 9, and for Marquette fans taking a sigh of relief after seeing Marcus Howard laying on the floor when we went to commercial break, and Howard was helped up and walked to the bench under his own power. I think maybe he took a swat to the eye as well.
Taking a look at it.
There wasn't a foul
I think
call.
he might have banged his head on the chair, it almost looks like.
Yeah, may have. We didn't get an explanation other than the fact that he was okay and he went back to the bench. There was not a foul called on that sequence. So, and the fans, no offense to the fans, I mean, their seats are very close to the end of the floor, as they are at the majority of arenas around the country.
But that was a big sequence. This crowd was getting into it. Kamar Baldwin stole the ball from Marcus Howard. Basket would have really taken the roof off this place, and instead get a block shot and a run out for Howard.
Tucker drove it but had it blocked by Theo John. He's got 5 blocks here tonight. Annam tried to leave it for Kane, and it was deflected away. Baldwin in transition. And McDermott will give Butler a second opportunity.
Theo John has really impacted this game with his defense.
Baldwin again, and John didn't get a piece of that one, but might have affected the way Baldwin shot it.
There's no doubt Theo John's in the Bulldogs' head. When you're driving to the basket, you're worried about number 4 coming over and swatting it. And John's just got such good timing coming off the ball to block it.
Annam working on Tucker. Kane with the offensive rebound. Shot clock under 5. Howard's got to let it fly. And here comes Butler.
That's the length of Baldwin, being able to contest, make it at least hard on Howard.
Couldn't connect, and again, that was Theo John got a piece of that pass on the entry to Bryce Golden. Golden wasn't able to handle it. Yeah, Theo John's been a difference maker on the defensive end here tonight, and now he tries to go to work offensively. And Golden is going to be called for the foul.
That was on the Bulldogs 33, Bryce Golden.
Theo John, he's not a great offensive player. He only shoots about 48% from the floor. That's pretty low for a big guy, but that's not where he makes his hay. The 6 blocks and the physicality and the rebounding, that's his identity as a player.
Ironically enough, one of his best games was against Butler last season. He had 15 points and 11 rebounds against the Bulldogs last February. Marquette beat Butler both games last year and roughed the Bulldogs up. Steve Wojciechowski's club roughed the Bulldogs up here at Hinkle Fieldhouse last year, winning by 18 here at Hinkle, and then going back to Milwaukee and winning by 10.
The guy that's checking in for Theo John has had quite a surge in Jace Johnson. And it's been a long time coming here for him in terms of getting that knee feeling as healthy as possible, but he's starting to get his rhythm and flow. The Utah transfer.
Transferred from Utah and sprained his knee right before the season began, and has taken him a while to get to feeling confident around it, but the more confident he becomes, the more productive he becomes. Kane, the baseline.
And that's what's hard, though, Vince, is you're so worried about protecting the three-point line on penetration that you can get yourself overextended, and Kane takes advantage.
It's a 9-point advantage that matches the largest lead of the game for Marquette as Bagley shoots the three and hits it.
Big shot. Bagley's played well in spurts.
A player not known for his offensive production, and he has given Butler 8 points off the bench tonight. And right now he's chasing Marcus Howard.
You just can't back up, though. I mean, those jabs, you have to resist the temptation to give Howard an inch.
The freshman battle called for the offensive foul. A little bit too much for him. Well, without Aaron Thompson and Christian David, you need a little bit of something extra from everybody, and Henry Badley giving Butler that tonight.
Now, he is a senior that's played a lot of basketball. And easy call for the officials there as Battle really extended that left arm.
Butler fans don't like it, but and that angle was tough on the replay to see it, but we did have an angle to see it live, and you could see the extension of the arm from Caleb Battle. It was a good call. So Battle almost had the steal. Yes, it did roll off the leg of Samir Torrance. Freshman working on freshman.
You know, the one thing about Caleb Battle, he's not scared. He is a guy that is confident. Watch him fight through this screen, deflect the ball, and look at the emotion. He is a guy that does not lack confidence.
He really gets after it in practice, too, and you see some of the offensive glimpses. He's not really called upon to do that in the way the offense is run during games, but in practice, he's often the other team's best player, and you really see the offensive capabilities of that young man. Tucker chases down the miss, and a foul is going against Marcus Howard.
But Butler's done a better job tracking down loose change. There's a big issue early on in this game was the long rebounds from Marquette. Job by Jordan Tucker here to tip it out to himself and then go track it down. So big plays in a game like this. Every possession is huge.
Well, now Jordan was giving the official an earful again, and the freshman Caleb Battle went over and told him to calm down. That's seeing all kind of different things here.
No doubt.
Shot clock at 5. Smits working on Johnson. Gets it in and can't get it down.
Boy, Smits twice, 2 straight post moves right there. Just can't get it to go down.
Annam guarded by Jordan Tucker. Annam drives it and misses it. Enzi to the freshman. Battle. 1-on-3, doesn't matter. Blocked, but the fans thought maybe it went off the glass first, which would have been goaltending, but that wasn't the call. Getting very physical as McEwen is called for the travel. Don't go anywhere. It is getting fun in Indianapolis. Hey, it's just around the corner, Super Bowl Sunday, and you know there's a pregame show you don't want to miss. I mean, the pregame show gets as much attention as the actual game, I think. Demi Lovato, DJ Khaled, Yolanda Adams, Dan and Shay, Pitbull, And all that's before the kickoff. And then there's going to be a phenomenal game between the Chiefs and the Niners. Don't miss the Fox Super Bowl pregame show. February 2nd, it all begins 1 o'clock Eastern. Looking forward to it. You got to pick Niners or Chiefs. Have you come to a conclusion yet?
You know, usually I'll take good offense over good defense, but I think these Niners are something different defensively. I'm going to go with San Fran.
Look at you go. Tell you what, I got to go with Kansas City. I think Mahomes, he's just magic.
Yeah, he is.
That's taking nothing away from what the Niners have done, but it just seems like it's a magical season for Mahomes and what that club has done. Well, look at that young fella. The Butler mascot Trip will be retiring, and Butler Blue the Fourth will be taking over, and it's the great nephew of Trip, as I was doing my Bulldog history from the
23andMe,
the family tree, doing the family tree research. And
you better get comfortable inside Hinkle Fieldhouse. It's been barking in here all game. It's been loud. It's been intense.
You know, we expected that kind of game, but then when we found out Aaron Thompson was not playing today, we wondered a little bit whether this may turn into the kind of game Marquette really wanted. But Butler's done a nice job of dirtying it up a bit and making it a little bit more of their tempo.
I thought in the first half, Marquette established the complexion of the game. It was faster paced, higher scoring, but in the second half, it's been a dogfight, and that's how Butler's going to win this game. They have to slow down the lead dog for Marquette, and that's Marcus Howard. Done a pretty good job, but Howard just was able to take a breather for a couple of minutes, and he's back on the floor.
Howard has just 3 points here in the second half, but he can explode quickly. Butler trying to chip away at that deficit, down 6. Smits draws the foul. He'll go to the free throw line. And that's going to go against Jace Johnson, and that is his third.
And the one thing about Butler's bigs, they're good post passers, and the big-to-big passing oftentimes leads to good things. And Inzi just was peck dribbling to the middle and waiting for the defense to come his way, and he was going to drop it to Smits. And well, Smits has had a lot of shots right at the rim and haven't been able to get it to go down.
Has made a couple of free throws. Now 3 for 3 from the line. Of course, you're not familiar with Derek Smits, the son of Rick Smits, who played in the NBA right here in Indianapolis for the Indiana Pacers for a long time, and is a graduate transfer from Valparaiso. He's the leading scorer and leading rebounder at Valpo last year. Missed the first 10 games this season because of a knee injury, but he can be a presence under the right circumstances for Butler in the paint.
Absolutely. I mean, 7'1" is 7'1", and the size and the ability to throw the ball into the post to Smits is an added dimension to Butler's offense, which is very much needed.
You can teach somebody to shoot, and you can teach somebody to pass, and even defend. You can teach them, but you can't teach them to grow to be 7'1".
No, you can't.
John, physical inside with Inzi. To no avail.
Job by Henry Badley chasing Marcus Howard around.
Baldwin looking for an opening. Battle, he'll shoot it and does. Boom! The freshman.
Telling you, he is a confident kid.
It's an 8-0 run for the Bulldogs. McEwen tries to answer and cannot. Missed it point blank. Battle looking for more. Badley will shoot it. Well, the roof would have blown off the place if Badley would have knocked that down.
I almost thought McDermott could have gotten it off quick, and McDermott's the much better three-point shooter between him and Badley.
Almost looked like Badley was surprised to get it from McDermott. What are you throwing it to me for? Howard rises. Money. He is the answer to a lot of problems.
I mean, when you're dealing with a guy like Howard, you can handle things perfect, and you make one mistake, you're tardy for a half a second, and that happens. That's
why Leading scorer in the nation at better than 28 per game. And in conference play, that number is even higher at 31 per contest as Baldwin answers with the drive and the offhand.
He's so good with that offhand. Left-handed player can finish with the right, and he's got the long arms so he can get it up over the shot blocker. He running two at Marcus Howard.
Howard gets into the lane, and the floater does not roll, and there's a whistle and a foul against Butler.
Tough call.
Watch it. Keep an eye on the 4 of Battle, and that is his 4th. Just a little bit of a push in the waist of Theo John.
Look at the length of Baldwin, able to get it up high off the glass. He has gotten into a better rhythm and flow offensively. Battle, 4 personal fouls. He's competing out there.
Nine minutes to play in the game. Marquette by 2. The Golden Eagles trying to get a big road win. Bounced off the foot of Howard, and it's out of bounds. Butler basketball.
Good job by Henry Badley to jump that screen.
Marcus Howard trying to explain that that went off the foot of Badley, and it did. A break for Butler. McDermott for 3 off the shot fake. And the foul underneath against Jordan Tucker. And that is the 2nd on Tucker. Marquette has led by as many as 9 here in the second half at 51-42. And then Butler went on an 8-0 run to tighten it right back up. And it's a 2-point game. Butler desperately needing a victory, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Marquette has won 3 in a row, and what a big road win it would be for Steve Wojciechowski's club if they could get it here at Hinkle tonight.
Job by Baldwin to be in that gap.
McEwen's well short, but Theo John, offensive rebound.
I like Baldwin driving the ball. He's had a lot of success putting his head down, getting into the paint.
And there he is in the paint. Well, point blank, and he likes that little fadeaway from that distance, but it was on target, just a little too strong.
You'll take that shot all day if you're Butler.
Under 8 to play in the game. Howard driving on Baldwin, kicks it to Annam. Big time 3 from Sakar Annam, the senior from Minneapolis.
You just have to resist the temptation to full help. I think you can bluff and recover. I'd rather see Howard try to finish that over length than a rhythm kick out 3 to Annam. But you're in a rock and a hard place there defensively.
Thrown away, but Enzi was able to chase it down. Badley drives it. Henry Badley with 10 points. He has really been a shot in the arm for Butler offensively off the bench. Back to a 1-possession game. Annam tries it again and hits it again.
Once again, I'm a broken record, but those guys are going to knock down those shots all game. But how about Sakar Annam stepping up and knocking it down?
Baldwin drives it in, uses the right hand, rolls around the iron, and out. McDermott is there to tip it. Well, neither team give it an inch down the stretch here at Hinkle Fieldhouse.
Trying to go back to the same look. No help, then the finish.
McEwen.
It's hard. That's what shooting can do.
McEwen, the redshirt junior, first season playing at Marquette after transferring from Utah State. He was very successful there. But a nice addition to this Marquette club.
What I like about Wojo, though, is if something's working, he'll run that thing over and over. That one play, that one look has gotten 8 points now.
Baldwin is fouled with the shot clock at 5.
21 when we come back.
Timeout on the floor. A lot of energy in the building as the fans are rooting for Butler, but Sakar Annam doing his part to quiet the crowd with back-to-back triples, and Marquette leads by 6. The Bulldogs feel like the underdogs here tonight here at Hinkle Fieldhouse, and right now trailing Marquette by 6 as Butler's trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Marquette trying to build on a 3-game winning streak.
Yeah, there's starting to be a little bit of a hierarchy being formed here and some separation. So a big game for both clubs here.
And how good is Seton Hall?
Hey, Vince, that's a Final Four caliber team that Kevin Willard has up in Jersey. And Miles Powell's fantastic. Romaro Gill and the emergence of him, not just blocking shots, but also offensively and scoring. And this has really been the story of the night. I mean, this is what Marquette does. Outstanding shooting the 3, 11 made threes here this evening.
They average 10 per game, and only one of 4 teams in the power conferences that average that many made 3-pointers per contest. Average 10, they've got 11 tonight as Kamar Baldwin snuggles in a free throw, and he'll get another.
And it's not just Marcus Howard that's a capable shooter. Bailey, Annam, Kane, all these guys put you in a tough spot defensively because you're trying to load up and send multiple defenders at Marcus Howard, but you're leaving some 40% three-point shooters wide open.
Badly guarding Howard, and Howard's got the ball now. A little help from Bryce Golden. A lot of help and hope when you're guarding Marcus Howard. Bailey, the little fadeaway. Well done. Boy, that was a nice-looking move from Brendan Bailey.
You don't see a lot of 2s from Bailey. 62% of his field goal attempts are 3s. So
he looked comfortable putting it on the floor there.
Very improved player.
Baldwin slips, recovers, and finishes. Baldwin now with a dozen. Back and forth, teams trading baskets. Under 5 to play as Annam answers. Sakar Annam has really come alive here in the second half.
Boy, Annam's been a stud. Knocking down shots. He plays with a patient aggression, and he balances it at a really good level.
He had 21 Tuesday against St. John's, and he has answered again as Bryce Golden has been called for the screen. 21 Tuesday, and now he's answered with 19 tonight.
A couple of triples, and then there's all that space because Marcus Howard vacates with a ball screen, and so you got a lot of real estate to operate, and Annam is in a pretty good flow here.
That foul on Bryce Golden, his 3rd. And more importantly, it takes away the offensive possession for Butler as the 2 teams are trading baskets, and now Marquette can build on a 6-point lead with this possession.
Good high hands from Butler.
There's that 3 from Bailey that you were talking about, Nick.
Feels like Marquette's in a pretty good flow offensively, though.
Baldwin off the back of the iron, and Theo John to clean it up. Hey, Theo John hadn't scored a lot of points tonight, but man, he's been a difference maker, hasn't he?
Blocking shots, physicality in the lane, rebounding the ball. And right now, Marquette is getting to their spots, getting the shots they want, the looks they want.
Baldwin got a hand on it. There'll be 7 on the shot clock when we come back. But first, a timeout at Hinkle Fieldhouse. Time ticking down on the Bulldogs. Marquette trying to knock off Butler in front of a sellout crowd at Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, and they've done it in a variety of ways, building this 6-point lead, Nick.
The biggest way they've done it has been from the 3-point line, and this is what Marquette does. 7th in the nation in 3-point percentage. Just a share under 40% from three. Marcus Howard gets one to go down in the first possession of the game, and then he's back-to-back triples here from Sakar Annam were huge plays. Howard gets to the piece of the paint, kicks it. Kobe McEwen attracts the defense, kicks it out. 11 made threes for Marquette. Been fantastic.
Yeah, Marcus Howard, and we've talked a lot about the 24 points from Howard, but he's got 6 assists tonight as well. He's done a great job of drawing the defense and kicking to guys like Annam who've knocked down those shots.
Yeah, he's done a good job of not forcing it. You know, he does have 18 field goal attempts, but 6 assists. He's really just kind of taking what the defense has given him. You know, he absolutely's got the green light to hunt shots, but he hasn't taken that too far tonight at all. With a big 3.5 minutes here left. 7 seconds on the shot clock. You have to have great awareness on this three-point line. Watch Howard coming up.
Got it. And blocked by Baldwin. Great defense from Kamar. And Howard chasing him down now. Drives it. Blocked by Theo John. 7th block shot.
7 blocks for that guy right there. I mean, just really good. I think Baldwin, first of all, unbelievable defense, but I think Baldwin thought he could use the rim as a protector to go to the opposite side. And John was able to block it on the other side.
Yeah, Theo John has just 3 points tonight, but he has how many points he's responsible for Butler not getting.
No doubt.
And that's just as effective and impactful. Tucker missed it, but Enzi gets the offensive rebound. The spin and the finish.
Beautiful. Enzi's not as strong as John, but he's quicker. Second, he feels that body leaning on him, spin baseline and finish.
First basket of the second half for Bryce Enzi. Butler's gotten some second chance points on the board here in the second half, and that's been helpful in keeping this one close as Marcus Howard finds a way.
And just get caught in the switch with Enzi and guarding Howard, and Howard takes advantage.
Averages 28. He's got 26. Baldwin. Got it. Seeing 2 of the best in the Big East go at it here tonight in Kamar Baldwin and Marcus Howard.
Imagine Wojo go back to the look with Howard coming off a ball screen. See if he can't get that switch again. You have to be able to double this or get it out of his hands if you're Butler.
Tied up. Possession arrow will stay with Marquette with 8 on the shot clock.
Possession.
Look at the second Enzi feels John's weight on him. He spins baseline. That's good stuff. But that's the mismatch. Caught on the switch. Takes advantage, and Baldwin, that's his shot. He's a mid-range guy. He has really put his foot on the gas offensively to score.
12 of Baldwin's 14 points have come here in the second half. Timeout on the floor at Hinkle in Indianapolis.
Don't go anywhere. This is going to be good.
Butler has not led since late stages of the first half, and it was a 1-point lead. Marquette has really been in control most of the way, but Butler hasn't drifted so far away that it hasn't been a little bit of a nail-biter for Steve Wojciechowski.
Absolutely. You have to commend Butler's ability to fight shorthanded. Aaron Thompson, starting point guard, out tonight with a sprained wrist. But 8 seconds on the shot clock. This is where Howard usually comes off a double screen to the ball side corner. He's on the right block right now.
Guarded by Baldwin. Just as you said, Nick, he went to the far corner. And the pass goes deep into the backcourt. Not much time. Annam's got to work quickly. Rises. Misses. Last touch by Theo John. It'll be Butler basketball.
I think the official's going to take a look at it.
We're under 2 minutes at 1:47, so the officials are going to go to the monitor and review it, much to the dismay of the fans here at Hinkle Fieldhouse.
Take another look at it. Looks like tough to tell.
Maybe it went off the shoulder there of John, and I'm not sure that the Butler player tried to touch it, but I don't think he actually did.
Yeah, I think one look at it, that's enough. But great job from Butler fighting over the screen, wanted to get it to Howard, weren't able to, forced a tough shot, had to get a stop, and you got it.
I think it was a great job by you, Nick, telling us exactly what Marquette was going to do before they inbounded the ball.
That's like a genius to think that it's maybe going to go to Marcus Howard in this spot here. I also don't think it doesn't take a genius to think that it's going to be Kamar Baldwin getting downhill, going to the rim.
I know how much tape you watch. That's no accident, my friend. It is tight. It's a 4-point game. Butler with the basketball. Need a basket.
I like that timeout. The initial action of trying to get Baldwin going downhill got blown up. Didn't like the feel of the possession.
Still 19 seconds on the shot clock. Okay, the last minute 35 here. What's key for Butler if they're going to get this one over the hump and put it in the win column?
Well, the big thing is obviously you're going to have to convert here, but I think rebounding's been an issue for the lion's share of this game. Now, the second half, Butler's done a better job cleaning up the glass, but you know you're going to have to stay attached to Marcus Howard. And that's the big thing. Right now, first order of business is find a way to get a basket. Yeah, I'd get Baldwin going downhill with McDermott in the ball side corner, so help is going to be reluctant to come.
So important to win your home games in conference play, and as you saw the schedule there for Butler, 5 of the next 7 here at home at Hinkle Fieldhouse. The most recent home game was a loss to Seton Hall, so ultra important to take care of business at home. Baldwin, the step back. Hit it.
That's why you call timeout if you're LaVall Jordan.
Draw up the play and get it to your superstar. It's a 2-point game. Butler needs a stop. Marcus Howard guarded by McDermott. McDermott got a hand on it. And Howard bounced it off his foot.
Job by Sean McDermott to crowd Howard, not let him rise up.
Under a minute to play, Butler can take the lead with a 3-pointer. Baldwin, tie it.
This Baldwin time here in Hinkle.
6 straight points for Kamar Baldwin. The superstar answering the bell down the stretch.
Just a great mid-range player getting that separation of the step back. Love the timeout for LaVall Jordan, but this is outstanding. Watch McDermott crowd Marcus Howard so he can't rise up. Howard coughs it up. And it's closing time here in Hinkle, and that's the closer, Mr. Baldwin. So good going right as a left-handed player.
16 of his 18 have come here in the second half, and now the Butler Bulldogs, who have not led since 26-25, with just under 5 minutes to play in the first half, find themselves one defensive stop away from getting the basketball with a chance to maybe win this ball game.
That's a tough shot. And right now, I think one of the predicaments, if you're Steve Wojciechowski, you want to go to Howard, but the question is, do you want to bring a ball screen? Because all you're doing is bringing multiple defenders in his area. Now, the good news is that you'll likely attract a double team and you'll have an advantage out of that. But if you want Howard to take the shot, I think you get it to Howard and you clear it out and give him space to operate. Be interesting to see how Wojo wants to attack this. But Butler had great awareness. There were multiple switches being done on that last possession and trying to make sure they stayed attached to Marcus Howard.
Look what Kamar Baldwin has done in money time. 16 of his 18 here in the second half. Marcus Howard, by the way, had 18 in the first half. He sits on 26. Marquette with the basketball. The clock ticking under a minute to play.
Watch Howard trying to screen Enzi.
Annam picks up the dribble, needs help. Shot clock at 10. Howard steps back. Short. Baldwin rebounds. Shot clock off. 20 seconds left in the game. And the foul by Bailey.
Brandon Bailey doing.
That will put Kamar Baldwin to the free throw line with the 1-and-1.
I don't know if Brendan Bailey knew the score, if he thought Marquette was trailing. And that's an intentional foul as he goes and wraps him up.
There's no question that he was wanting to commit the foul, and the one thing is that it will give Marquette the basketball back. It doesn't allow Butler to keep it for a final shot. Baldwin has scored 9 straight points.
Boy, poised under pressure. Instead of have awareness of your Marquette. Well, how about this guy right here?
Check it. 7 straight points, but just as effective. Missed that one. Butler by 1. The final seconds. Howard rises. Missed it. Baldwin rebounds. Marcus Howard called for the foul after the miss. And Kamar Baldwin will go back to the free throw line.
Boy, Kamar Baldwin has put this team on his back. And Baldwin's not an overly vocal, emotional guy, but he's had to show a little emotion tonight. He has been outstanding.
He made 1 of 2 his last trip, and this is a 1-and-1 front end.
So now the question is Laval Jordan a foul up 3 guy? As that could be potentially to the scenario here. Do you want to play with fire and give Howard another opportunity to fire a bomb?
Now Baldwin has scored 9 straight.
I mean, what can you say about Kamar Baldwin, Vince? I mean, it's still 8.5 seconds away from this thing, but this has been an all-world performance from Butler's top dog. Kamar Baldwin was quiet in the first half. Only 2 points in the first stanza, but in the second stanza, 21 points, and he has taken this thing over. Mid-range, layups, free throws. What a performance from the senior Kamar Baldwin.
First team preseason All-Big East, and that's what those type of performers do. You deliver 19 second-half points, 21 for the game to go along with 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He scored 9 straight points for Butler down the stretch. A 9-0 run all by himself as Butler erased a 6-point deficit to now take a 3-point lead.
Again, now the big question is, will Laval Jordan foul up 3? It's a scary proposition to roll the dice with Marcus Howard potentially taking a shot from anywhere. I know he just missed a couple, but that guy right there is a dangerous shooter.
Some coaches around the country would argue to their death about making the foul, and some would argue to their death about not fouling, and you've seen it work both ways.
Absolutely.
You've seen it bust you both ways.
Whatever you do, this has to be something that you worked on in practice, so you know what you're doing. But you want to foul when it gets to about under 6 seconds. So here we go.
Marquette needs a 3 to tie. Final seconds at Hinkle. McEwen lets it fly. Hit it! Baldwin for the win. And we're going overtime at Hinkle.
Wow. Kobe McEwen been in foul trouble for the majority of the game. And I think, look at Howard as almost a decoy here. Henry Badley retreating, and that's a deep three, but it's a rhythm one as you're able to walk into it and get your timing down and just drills it. And so, again, that kind of a darned if you do, darned if you don't scenario for fouling up three. You allow a pretty clean look from Kobe McEwen. I think everybody in the gym thought it would go to Marcus Howard, but instead, the Utah State transfer sends it to overtime.
I think maybe Laval Jordan, as the team was going to the bench, wanted Henry Badley to foul. And hindsight's 20/20, but they were both, he and Bryce Enzi both communicating to Badley about fouling, and he did not.
Well, the big thing is you got to know the score. You got to understand that you're up three. There with the clock winding down, you want to press up, make him go around you, and he doesn't want to take a two. So again, just poise in big moments. Bailey fouls with the game tied there. Henry Badley doesn't build out to Kobe McEwen and lets him walk into a triple. Tough.
Kobe McEwen, the redshirt junior from Toronto, began his college career at Utah State, was the freshman of the year in the Mountain West, all-league as a sophomore, and then made the transfer move to Marquette, where he is having an impact here as well. A big three to force overtime. Big East College Hoops in OT is sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee.
It doesn't get much better than this, does it?
Well, Friday night on campus, a little extra bounce in their step tonight. With a 9 o'clock start, they all came in ready to go tonight.
They did. This has been one heck of a basketball game.
Marquette and Butler in overtime at Hinkle Fieldhouse. Marquette has played just once in the extra session this season.
Against Providence at home. Lost to the Friars. Bulldogs yet to be in OT.
That was part of that 1-3 start that Marquette got off to in the Big East.
Well, Kamar Baldwin has it rolling, even though Butler's got to feel like they had the game. So momentum elusive here in the moment. And Baldwin going right, driving the basketball has been Butler's best offense.
5-minute overtime. Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. Vince Welch and Nick Baugh with you as Kamar Baldwin gives Butler the advantage.
It ain't broke, don't fix it, man. And keep going to him. Kamar Baldwin with the right hand, get anything he wants.
11 unanswered points for Kamar Baldwin for the Butler Bulldogs as Howard is short.
Good defense from Kamar Baldwin, that length to contest.
11 straight Butler points for Baldwin, and that McEwen three-pointer, the only points for Marquette during that stretch, and it was a big one. The back cut, and McDermott from Enzi.
Outstanding execution. And McDermott has really improved that part of his game, cutting off the ball.
Bailey for three. Answers.
Big one.
Bailey's got 14, and it's a one-point game again.
Sakar Adams got to try to make Baldwin stay out of that right hand. Coming back to it here, try and get that ball screen to get Baldwin coming middle.
Adam being very physical and too physical. It's a foul.
This has been the whole second half. Baldwin going right, finding that mid-range and getting it to go down. And then Sean McDermott, great back cut, great pass. And Marquette needed an answer, and Brendan Bailey, wide open, drills it.
So clean on the stroke. And Baldwin, after scoring just 2 points in the first half, with 22 here in the second half and overtime.
Again, you have to stay disciplined on Howard. He's done a good job running him around off screens if you're Butler, but you know Howard can get loose and burn you.
McEwen hounded by Badley. Shakes free. Finds Bailey for three. Missed it. Bailey's got 4 3-pointers tonight, but that one found too much iron. Under 3 minutes to play in overtime. Butler trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Marquette trying to add to a 3-game winning streak. Baldwin steps back again. 11 rebounds. Oh, and the turnover. Scramble for the loose ball. Still scrambling for it. And a foul is being called on Bryce Enzi.
Wow.
Second foul on Enzi. It's like McEwen just fell down after picking.
And this is just it's a 50-50 loose ball. I think he let the guys play a little bit in OT, 3-point game in overtime. Theo John will go to the free throw line.
Theo John at the line of the floor.
Not
Marquette, he'll have a 1-and-1.
a particularly good free throw shooter at 58%. He's 1 for 2 at the line tonight. We've talked about it, not many points, but he has been an impact player in some other ways with rebounds and block shots.
And this is where I understand that Theo John's not a great free throw shooter. If you're Bryce Enzi and Jordan Tucker, you have to block out here. And this is where, if you're Baldwin, you got to kind of stay attached to Howard because there could be a back tap 3 opportunity if this ball comes hard off the rim. And Baldwin reminded, look at, he's reminding the guys in there, you got to block out, got to get the shooter. It's the details late that matter.
Huge attempts right here.
Drilled it. Theo John
answers with both, and it's a 1-point game again.
If Baldwin gets to this side ball screen going to his right, have to find a way to keep him from getting downhill with no hedge at all. Your John has to get out there.
A little shake and bake from Baldwin, loses the defender and hits it and count it. Kamar Baldwin. And the foul on Bailey will be his 5th.
When it's your night, it's your night. Drops Kobe McEwen through the contact, gets the jumper and one. Baldwin has been impossible to keep out of the lane this entire second half. And that mid-range jumper is gorgeous.
You see the numbers on what Baldwin has done down the stretch of regulation and into overtime. He had 2 points at halftime. He's got 27 tonight. You know, we talked about at the beginning of the game and really throughout the game how explosive Marcus Howard is for Marquette and how he's capable of putting 25 or more on the board in a single half. He's done it already this season. But Kamar Baldwin has done that and more here tonight as well.
He's a clutch player. Baldwin, his freshman year, in a game winner against Northwestern in Hinkle Fieldhouse. He has an ability to rise to the occasion like few players can.
Baldwin has 28 points. And Butler's lead is 4.
Got to try to find a way to get Howard loose here a little bit.
2 minutes to play. Howard for 3. Missed it. Baldwin, who else? Rebounds.
Can't ask for a better look if you're Marquette.
In the second half and overtime, Howard has just not been able to find the range. 3 of 12 since the intermission.
Here comes his ball screen.
McEwen guarding Baldwin. Does so well. But it's knocked away and stolen by Bagley. After a terrific defensive effort by Marquette, Butler gets another chance.
Make someone else beat you. Got to send to Baldwin.
Come on, Baldwin has 30.
Unbelievable. What a performance.
The senior has stepped up with 2 key players out of the game. Kamar Baldwin has delivered for the Butler Bulldogs tonight.
And again, Theo John's just too far in the paint there, Vince. As Kamar Baldwin has just lived at that 15-foot spot, knocking down shots. This is an all-world performance from Kamar Baldwin.
And he's 1 away from his season high of 31. That was against Ole Miss back in December. His career high a couple of years ago against Seton Hall, 32. So certainly well within range with 54 left.
I mean, there's taking over a game, and then there's this. I mean, this has been next-level stuff. And, oh, by the way, Kamar Baldwin's also had to kind of chase Marcus Howard around defensively, too. So there's been no relief on either side of the ball. But with the way Marquette shoots and the way Marcus Howard can score, we're a long ways from this thing being over.
Hope you're staying up late for this one. If you have put off hitting the sack, well, you've made a good decision. You've made a good decision.
Paid you back.
And whichever team ends up pulling this one out, I mean, it has been a hard-fought game, and especially we made the comment early second half. It seems like it's getting kind of chippy, and Laval Jordan gets the technical just before halftime. The second half has been just a slugfest between these 2 Big East clubs.
Absolutely. You know, Butler undermanned with their starting point guard on the shelf, Aaron Thompson, now with a sprained wrist. Kamar Baldwin has had to step up, and he has. I mean, I know analytics people are going to hate these replays. Because look at all these mid-range jumpers. And Kamar Baldwin has just done everything on both sides, defense, offense, handling the ball. And he has just been able to go right, Vince, and get to that mid-range with regularity.
He's a good 3-point shooter, but hasn't made a 3 tonight. And you talk about so many of his shots being mid-range. 10 of 25 from the floor tonight, but he's also gotten it done at the free throw line. He went a whole month without getting to the free throw line earlier this season. He's 10 of 11 from the stripe tonight.
This doesn't need to be a 3.
Annam blocked by Tucker. Jordan Tucker knocks it out of bounds. Marquette will keep it.
I like the look, though. Annam getting to his right hand. Just a good defensive recovery from Jordan Tucker.
Howard open off the inbounds. Short. McDermott rebounds and is fouled.
Howard has had looks. Yeah, he just a little cold this evening. And that's a shot that he usually knocks down, and he's had a handful of them.
Sean McDermott at the line for your Bulldogs.
Marquette, here's Steve Wojciechowski. He'll live with Marcus Howard taking triples.
McDermott, an 87% free throw shooter. He was 1 of 11 against Villanova on Tuesday. And he has answered tonight. 5 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 4 from three-point range after going 0 for 7 on Tuesday. He has bounced back in a big way. A 7-0 run for Butler. McEwen, who hit that triple to send us to overtime, knocks down another one.
And a timeout, Marquette.
A big three-pointer from Kobe McEwen to keep Marquette within striking distance with 39.6 left.
Kobe McEwen, he was the guy that shot 42% from 3 at Utah State. Has not shot it well at Marquette, but you know he's capable. Hit the one to send it in OT, and there Bryce Enzi, too much space, drills it. And there's still a little fight in Marquette here.
You can be sure Steve Wojciechowski's coach team is not going to throw in the towel in any game, much less one of this magnitude with 39.6 remaining. Key Big East Conference, you know, they're all big in the Big East and in conference play, conferences throughout the country, but it seems like in this league, you can get on a little run and you win your home game or you get a key road win, and next thing you know, you got something going and the other team's going the other direction, and we've seen that with these two teams. Butler's lost 3 in a row. Marquette's won 3 in a row. And McDermott is fouled after the inbounds.
That's what's hard is on the floor right now. You got a handful of pretty good free throw shooters from Butler. Kamar Baldwin, Sean McDermott, Jordan Tucker, all right at or above 80%. Job by Sean McDermott to be strong in that trap and fight through the initial attempt to tie up McDermott.
McDermott, the senior, he and Kamar Baldwin, Aaron Thompson as well, and LaVall Jordan has made the comment that the coaches don't have to coach quite as much because the players, they coach themselves and they hold each other accountable.
They got a voice, player-driven squad with Butler, led by those 3 cats, McDermott, Baldwin, and Thompson. Job by Enzi to close out and contest.
McEwen again! Wow! McEwen keeping Marquette within striking distance.
Tucker's got a timeout if he's in trouble.
Gets it into Enzi. No, not in time. A 5-second violation.
5-second count.
That's what you have to have, that internal clock in your head if you're Jordan Tucker.
LaVall Jordan was saying that he was trying to call a timeout from the bench.
What a tough shot from Kobe McEwen. My goodness. So now a little bit of life here with Marquette. It doesn't have to be a wild 3.
Annam, three-pointer. Got it. Wow. And just like that, it goes from a 7-point game to a 1-point game. And a foul against Marquette. McEwen called for it.
Bryce Enzi, get that ball out of his hands right away, understanding he's not a good free throw shooter. But this is a tough shot. I mean, Kobe McEwen's knocked down a couple of bombs, and then Takar Annam drills one. So you got to play a full 45 minutes in this case. You want to put either of these 2 teams away.
McEwen fouled out with that foul, that his 5th, and he leaves the game with 13 points. rebounds, a career high 11 boards for McEwen. And not just 11 rebounds and 13 points, but he hit the big three to force overtime and a couple of huge triples here in the OT. Tucker puts Butler back up by 2 now.
McEwen has been the one entering offense. So now, Howard bring the ball up the floor or Annam. Again, this doesn't need to be a 3 if this shot goes down for Tucker. You have time. Go get a quick 2, or you can go for the triple.
A 3 ties it. Annam gets to the basket and missed it. And Kamar Baldwin will go to the free throw line with 15 seconds remaining.
Marquette can kind of say to themselves, we've got a lot of shots that we wanted to get. Howard, open threes. Here's Sakar Annam. See how Howard kind of slipped out of that screen, so there's all that space. I mean, that's a layup that Annam makes 90% of the time and just misses it.
I mean, he knocks down a step-back 3 with a defender right in his face and then misses the layup. Baldwin 10 of 11 from the free throw line tonight. And a couple of big ones here to make it a 2-possession game. Baldwin matching his season high with 31. He'll match his career high if he would knock this one down. Remember, just 2 points at halftime. It's still a 2-possession game. It's a 4-point lead for Butler. Howard trying to draw the foul. Gets up the 3. Doesn't go. Enzi leaves it for Baldwin, and that'll do it.
Unbelievable.
The Butler Bulldogs have survived at Hinkle Fieldhouse. Without 2 of their best defensive players, including their starting point guard, Aaron Thompson, who we anticipated was going to have a mano-a-mano showdown with Marcus Howard. He wasn't available tonight because of an injury, but Kamar Baldwin was, and he was the difference.
Kamar Baldwin, you can watch college basketball for the entire season, and you might not see a better individual performance than what you just saw from that young man, Kamar Baldwin. And that was rising to the occasion and then some. Mr. Baldwin, what a night.
And for Marcus Howard, disappointment as he walks off the floor with 26 points tonight. Butler snaps a 3-game losing streak. Now 4-3 in the Big East, while Marquette's 3-game win streak has come to an end. Kamar Baldwin with 31 leads Butler to an 89-85 win over Marquette. For Nick Baugh, I'm Vince Welch. Let's go to LA and Kevin Burkhardt.